Fashionably late to the party here in New Hampshire as New England Revolution 2 play host to Crown Legacy FC. We welcome you in here on Apple TV+. My name is Mark Schoenster, excited to be bringing you the action here 1 hour later than we anticipated to be getting this one started. Sometimes Mother Nature has her way with things and decides that the beautiful game needs to be played at a time other than what us mere humans have decided and aligned it up to be. But nonetheless, the game shall begin here momentarily. Let's take a look at where these two teams sit in the standings along the Eastern Conference in the MLS Next Pro landscape. They're right next to each other in 10th and 11th, both of sides trying to get into that top 8, pushing for one of those playoff spots. Big game for both of these clubs as they look to get into a run of form here in the end of June going into July. Should be a fun one, a tightly contested affair. The first time these two teams met this season back in May. So we should be in for a lot of fun here momentarily for kickoff. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. Starting with the home side, Revs 2. It'll be J.D. Gunn in goal as usual. A couple of players returning from international duty, including Olger Escobar and Alex Moniz, who are both back in the starting lineups playing with their senior teams while they were out during the international break. So their expert presence on the pitch no longer missed and will be felt here this evening as they both look to get back into shape with their club sides. Maciel, who scored a fantastic goal last time out, also out there in the starting 11. And now for the visitors, Crown Legacy FC. Nick Holiday getting the start between the sticks once again. So he'll get that look there. Outside of that, pretty typical lineup here. What you expect from this side, but it's a new person, new name in the coach spot, which we will talk about later. But Kevin Sawchuk, who is now the head honcho for Crown Legacy FC. Also, a quick happy 23rd birthday to Nicholas Scardina, turned 23 yesterday, starting over in that right back spot. We'll see on the road if this is a unit that Coach Sawchuk could will to a victory here. Definitely cooled off between the time that they were supposed to kick off and now due to some of the torrential downpour. We're looking at about low 70s now, and it was sitting around in the 80s before the rain came in. Anything to cool off the weather, even a smidge. It's gonna help out the players, the officiating crew, everybody involved. Stephen Foster as our head official for this evening's match. You see him there in the center, donning the red uniform. It'll be Crown Legacy in the white unis going left to right. Meanwhile, navy blue and red shorts for New England Revolution 2, going right to left. The whistle is blown and we are underway here from Southern New Hampshire University. It's Crown Legacy and New England Revolution 2 doing battle for the second time this season. It was a 2-1 victory in North Carolina for the home side then. Crown Legacy winning 2-1 in a game that ended up going down to 10v10 in the second half. So things got wild in that one. Could potentially get wild again here. Once again, my name is Mark Schoenster, excited to be describing the action for you here. One 1-0 victory last time out for Revs 2 here on home soil. It was an interesting matchup. Outside flag will go up, keeping Alex Moniz from pushing that one further forward. It was a game in which they were up against a goalie who was just standing on his head, making save after save in that affair. Richie Williams, the head man for Revs 2, called it a learning experience because his side played really well and had an XG close to nearly 5.0. He said, we had about 8 clear chances, and it ended up being the most difficult chance. That was the one that was scored upon. I mentioned, even though we played that well, New York had a chance to level it in injury time. It required a good save from J.D. Gunn. And the takeaway from that one is that you hopefully, in the future, get that second or third goal when you're playing that well to give yourself a more comfortable advantage. And they're looking to maybe take some of those goals that should have been scored in that last game and translate them into this one. It's all about being persistent and staying consistent throughout 90 minutes. So even when you're playing statistically much better than the other team, all it takes is one opportunity for the opposition to level a 1-0 game into a 1-1 game, and maybe even take away an extra point in penalty kicks. So you always have to stay locked in. Here's an opportunity for Crown Legacy. Duke gets tripped up just outside the 18, and it'll be a free kick spot. See what they could do with it. It's going to be very tight. Duke getting tripped up by Thiago. So now some scheming will be done by the visiting Crown Legacy. Let's see what they can come up with here. Here's an opportunity, and it's in! Aaron John with another goal, his 5th of the season. Just finds a little nick in that wall, is able to get it over top, and bests the keeper to make it 1-0 early for Crown Legacy. Just 18 years old, and what a year he's having. 5 goals. And an early advantage for the visiting Crown Legacy. How about this start for Crown Legacy? A free kick opportunity in their first real foray into the attacking third, and they make it count. It's a great way to start off the interim era of Kevin Sawchuk, one of the assistant coaches a week or so ago. And then Jose Tavares and assistant coach Pedro Mane announced they were going to leave the team after last match against Philadelphia Union 2. Jose is returning to Porto's academy back in Portugal, wanting to be closer to family, and that was the primary motivation that was cited, which means Mr. Sawchuk steps in as the interim head coach. Here in the middle of the season, it's never an easy position to be put into, but as a member of the staff already, it's not like it's a complete scrap over. And it's someone who has to get used to the personnel and learn the style and all the other extra bits of information you need to be an effective coach. He's already in the system. He already knows what it's about. He's already been preaching the sort of messaging that this and the Charlotte FC franchise as a whole is preaching throughout its academy system, its developmental system. Now we'll get to see how the home team responds to this early adversity in this matchup. This long ball forward. Not much danger to it, but something that did have a lot of danger to it was this goal. Another look at this strike by the man they call AJ. was able to get over that wall, and maybe some disappointment on the Revs 2 side of things from Richie Williams about the fragility of that wall. That's a spot that the keeper is relying on his guys in front of him to deny entry on, so he could focus on one end of the goal, that is. Sometimes the wall gets broken through. And oftentimes when that's the case, it's going to result in the ball hitting the back of the net. So a dream start to this one for Crown Legacy. Another fantastic strike to level this one up. One apiece if you're Revs 2. It was a beautiful, beautiful goal they scored in that game against Red Bulls 2. The game-winning goal scored by Maciel, and I asked Richie Williams if he is something that's Maciel's capable of doing in training, and if he's seen that before, as this one's lobbed forward, headed away by Nick Holliday. A hopeful opportunity. That's then snuffed by Julian Bravo. Rolls this one forward. That's a good step inside. Another opportunity here. Forbes centers it. And then the flick up from Cameron Duke. Just had to try something there. As far as Maciel has scored goals like that before, not only has he not scored goals like that before, Richie Williams told me he doesn't think he's ever seen Maciel score a goal. And for that to be the way you score your first goal within the New England Revolution system, talk about impressive. He's not a guy who looks to shoot. Coach was telling me. He mentioned, well, you should probably look to shoot a bit more if he could do something like that. His primary focus is to connect the back to the front and have that occasional final pass to set up his teammates to be in a prime scoring position. And there he is now, working with that back line. Always provides support for those center backs and full backs to figure out a way to progress the ball upward. His primary role, but if he has a volleyed beyond the 18-yard box shot in his bag, that's just another threat to pose and another quality that you have at your disposal. Tried to get the tenor and emotion of Kevin Sawchuk coming into this game. This one's threaded forward. And that's a tough challenge and ends up resulting in a goal kick. I asked him, is he nervous, excited? What were the emotions coming into stepping in as the interim head coach for this first game? And he told me definitely more excited. He mentioned he really enjoyed his time with Jose and Pedro. He said his focus now is on keeping things in line and being all about the one team, all being a part of that structure of Charlotte FC. Welcome you in here. 1-0 early on in this one. Welcome you in on here on YouTube. Those of you tuning in, keeping tabs. A goal from Aaron John from the free kick. The difference early in this affair was the real first chance offensively for Crown Legacy in the match. A foul on Cameron Duke, gave them the opportunity to strike at the dead ball. Masnawi will throw this one in. Mayaka connects with Scardina. Scardina sends it inside. Getting some slippage on the pitch. Once again, it was raining quite a bit before this matchup started. That's why we kicked off at 7 as opposed to 6. But here we are. Crown Legacy didn't skip a beat. So it's a tricky thing. You have those weather delays. As a player, how to keep that balance of making sure you're still loose and you're still ready to go whenever the call beckons for game to start. You can't keep yourself active the entire time. Here's Romero. Serves in the cross. Try to connect with Dylan Singh. Here's a shot, and it's through! 2-0 Crown Legacy. It's raining goals for the visitors early on. How about this on the half volley?
Goal scored by number 44.
Julian Bravo, and Bravo indeed. Hits it cleanly, picks a corner. That's his first goal of the season. Californian, that left back spot, getting up the pitch. That second ball opportunity, and he took full advantage of it. Things not going to plan here early for Revs 2. Nick Holliday will let this one roll in and will pick it up. Richie Williams felt his side played fairly well against Crown Legacy in the first meeting, a game they did lose. He mentioned that they gave up 2 set-piece goals, 2 second-phase set-piece goals. So, although that one wasn't a set-piece, it was a bit of a second-phase opportunity for Charlotte FC, and then the first one was definitely a set-piece goal in this game, so maybe some flashbacks to how they conceded in the first affair. I mentioned in that first game, they created a good amount of chances and controlled the tempo for a lot of the game, just made some mistakes. They've been this week, excuse me, preaching consistency from the first to the 90th minute, which they felt they did well in that game against New York Red Bulls too. You gotta take your chances when you get them, but now it's not gonna just be about consistency. It's gonna take some bright moments from these boys to get back into this one. A lot of game left, which is the positive side of it. There's also a lot of game left for Crown Legacy to build on this lead. And Romero tried to connect with Dylan Singh. This match is brought to you by Gillette Labs with Exfoliating Bar, Gillette's ultimate shaving experience. Meanwhile, Kevin Sawchuk scouting out this Revs 2 team, said their front 3 or front 4, however you want to describe it, are very dangerous. They're a really versatile side that don't mind playing slow, but also are comfortable handling a press. Describe them as varied in their approach. So Always got to stay on your toes when you've got a team that can be flexible. Play several different ways, and here's a foray forward. A pocket of space denied on the shot. That was Luka Borovic. Was trying to make it happen. Now Crown Legacy pushing the tempo the other direction. Singh still working on it. Thiago does well to effectively box him out, keeping himself between the striker and the ball. See, those two playing soccer field / lacrosse field. Southern New Hampshire University, the Penman. Good D2 school. Good for Reds to enjoy some possession in the attacking half here. On the opportunity to test young Nick Holliday yet. Maciel, room to work with. This is promising from the home side. Service comes in, knee outward, and then headed away. Those two will reset. The service to flex up and out. Should be a corner kick, and it will be. See what New England Revolution 2 can do with this set piece opportunity. Here comes the service. Ball dips down, headed upward by Odrago. This one dished out wide. Rolling service, denied entry, and out for another corner kick. Played short. That one will end up bouncing harmlessly out for a goal kick. The 18-year-old Nick Holliday. Redistribute this one, or actually is going to give that duty to one of his defenders. All back and forth. Oh, lofted outward. Right, more of that time off the clock. Here's Ulger Escobar. Loses possession. It's Romero now. Romero does well to keep his balance despite some pressure. Crown Legacy on the move once again. Switching the point of attack. Brought down by Scardina. And that ball's not going to reach any white jersey. That one's going to bounce, and it'll actually end up being a throw-in. Stayed in bounds all the way along the goal line, across the left end of the corner flag, so it's going to be a deep throw-in in their own territory for Revs 2. Escobar with Witt's header, and outside. Down Diarbian. About consistency for a whole 90 minutes. Ask Richie Williams, the head coach for Revs 2, if there's really a way to recreate, as this is an opportunity to hold that thought. He'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. If you can recreate the challenge that comes with staying focused late in the game when you get exhausted. So you can't entirely recreate it. There's just a fatigue factor that you can't quite replicate from an intense official match. You get to that 80, 70th minute mark all the way on until a final whistle where players start getting a little more tired and you're not thinking as sharply. He said, but there are ways you could pseudo-recreate it in drills to test decision-making and game management. It's also just about know-how of where you can lose the ball late in a game, where you can take smart risks. And he said, look, we were all young players at one point. And that's just, haven't been in those situations enough yet when you're a young professional. Scardina, it's a lot of acreage. Squares it centrally, Singh with the touch. It got too far ahead of him. Now Romero. Driving ball inside, second effort, it's through and in! The visitors continue to pour it on here in New Hampshire. Jelani Forbes was persistent, and he's got his first goal of the season. It's also his first professional goal, Jelani Forbes, the 38th overall pick this year in the Super Draft.
Charlie goal scored by number 40, Delayed Marcus Forbes.
3-0 Crown Legacy. And who saw this kind of start coming? Truly impressive from Crown Legacy FC early on in this game.
Let's go, right. Let's go.
They've been oppressive, and they've been clinical when the moment has come. That ball went out of bounds, so a throw-in incoming. United Healthcare is proud to help the New England Revolution defend the fort. Gonna need to be quite an answer now from Revs 2, but we've seen some wild comebacks in MLS Next Pro this season. You cannot write it off the board. Again, there's still such a luscious amount of time left in this matchup. There's always that line of reasoning that you could roll with, which is, hey, if one team can score 3 goals in 25 minutes, then it is more than possible for the opposition to do that in the same span of time. Of course, once you start getting into more of the nuances of it and the mental wear that it can have on a team and on a player, when you go down this early, this margin makes it a lot more difficult to achieve such a feat. It doesn't make it impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Romero sends Scardina to continue his run, and they are on a deep throw-in. Romero, he feeds it inside. Squared ball, couldn't connect to Singh, at least not cleanly. That was Aaron John looking for his striker up top. Crown Legacy played. And they lost to Philadelphia Union. So it was a really high-level next pro game, especially in the first half. Said both sides were very organized in their defending, especially in the first 45 minutes of action. You mentioned that this side had some good chances in the second half, but then it went down 1-0, they went down 2-0, and with each goal, they started chasing the game more and more. Started losing some of that sharpness. Meanwhile, Philly kept their tactical intensity. That's how that game unfolded. And they would eventually be losing 3-0.
Yeah, right. The last couple of
Corner kick here for Crown Legacy.
Dude, stop it. I can feel my action. Oh my God, Judy! That's right, Judy!
Ball bends in. A flying header from Singh. Couldn't quite connect on it. Now a second effort. Looks across and splits the difference between two separate targets for Crown Legacy. Here's another opportunity, and it's into the back of the net. A turnover and a punishing blow. Dylan Singh joins the party. Given away, and Dylan Singh hits the side netting.
Early goal scored by number 68, Dylan Singh.
His third goal of the season. The Michigan man joining the fray on things. So Singh, Forbes, Bravo, and Aaron John have all gotten onto the score sheet. What is turning into an absolute throttling here in New Hampshire. What a first 30 minutes. Al-Hasnawi. See if he can help his team find some sort of answer here in the first half. uber impressive on the visiting side here. Scardina, quick step inside. Takes this one forward. Try to combine with Singh. It's out for a Crown Legacy throw-in. Scardina not in any rush to take this one in, and why would he be? Already so comfortably in the advantage, poked out. It's another Crown Legacy throw. Yarbian thought it would be in favor of the home side. Combining again for an entry into the attacking 18 for Crown Legacy. On the ball back quickly though. Opportunity to push in the other direction for Reds too. Philip Mayaka does well to get between the striker and the ball, draws the foul. That's where we're at now. Sturdy thus far for Crown Legacy. Mentioned before the game when you looked at the standings, these are two teams right next to each other, just a point different between them. Revs 2 at 16 points, Crown Legacy at 17, both on the outside looking in as far as that playoff line is concerned. This is a way to set the tone. Change the tune of the song that's been sung this season thus far for Crown Legacy. Side that had a ton of success last season. Tied for the best in the league at 66 points last year. That social clip shared, it was a portion of that final speech that Jose Tavares gave, which was him imploring his players and his staff, or at least formerly his players and staff, to continue to build that legacy that they've been working on and growing in the brief history of this program. A game like this is something you can build off of as long as you can maintain your form and shape for the rest of this matchup. Forbes. Track this one back. Things are going so easily for Crown Legacy right now. Players finding space. Just working their way into that attacking third. When the avenue opens, they're striking upon it. making his 4th start this season. Here's Singh with some room to operate. Dylan Singh with a step and a shot. It's saved. Follow up, bounces up and in. 5-0 Crown Legacy. Jelani Forbes with the brace. Gets the skip off the ground and pops it over the keeper on the follow-up. Everything going right for the visiting team.
Charlotte goal scored by number 40, Jelaine Marcus Forbes.
Let's go, Red.
I mean, what a performance. Not many words can be used to describe how explosive and unforgiving Crown Legacy have been here in the first 40 minutes. And on the road on top of that, to just step up to the plate and smash it out of the park the way they have. Kick here for Revs 2. Service comes bending in, headed outward. Flex out for a Crown Legacy throw. I just want to go back to Nick Holliday. I asked Kevin Sawchuk about the dynamic between him and Chituru Odunze, 2 goalkeepers this season for Crown Legacy. He said they're really close and that Brian Edwards, the goalkeeper coach, does a really good job with them. Mentioned that Nick is a very serious guy. Meanwhile, Chituru is a little bit looser, likes to joke a bit more. Both like competing with each other and working together as well. So we've got a great dynamic going on there. The two can be competitive. Nick Holliday, a guy who's had a couple years of pro experience playing in North Carolina FC, getting some starts over the past few years. So although he's 18 years old, he's certainly not a typical 18-year-old in goal, as far as experience is concerned. Drago pops this one over to Scardina. Scardina now sends it forward, poked upward. Aaron John trying to invent something there. Another chance pushing forward. Point of attack is switched and nodded away, but the pressure just continues on for Crown Legacy. They just keep on plodding at it. Up 5-0 and no let up. Chipped up ahead, headed away by Scardina. Now, Mushtaba Al-Hasnawi. Nice ball inside for Escobar, tried the back heel. But his man was not behind him to receive the pass. Moniz. Will take the shot himself! Trying to best Nick Holiday. And he got his hands on it, so it'll be a corner kick. Shot lobbed in, headed outward. Away by Singh. Revs 2 find a goal here before the half concludes. As this one's threaded inside, an open goal if someone can get to it. And we have a collision inside the 6-yard box. Two players catching each other on the ankles incidentally. There was no major collision. Sane Odrago back up on his feet. Meanwhile, still down on the ground. Luka Borovic, 18-year-old Serbian, still in some considerable pain. Last time Revs 2 have exceeded 5 goals in a game was last season in April of 2023. A lot different tune in that one, though. That was a 5-5 draw between them and FC Cincinnati 2. A game in which they won from the penalty spot 5-4. You see there, 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. They may end up tacking on a bit more here unofficially due to this stoppage to start things off and added time. Exciting game that was. It was 2 goals to start for Revs 2, then 2 in response for FC Cincinnati, and then FC Cincinnati had a 4-3 lead, only for then Revs 2 to then come back to make it 5-4, and then an own goal in the 90th minute to tie it up. Revs 2 would end up getting the extra point in the affair. So Borovic's gonna come out of the game, and in comes Malcolm Fry, player on contract with the first team. I asked Richie Williams about where Malcolm Fry is at developmentally. He said that they're trying to get him experience. He's got the ability and the talent. Now can he impact the game through those abilities? It's about creating opportunities for himself and his teammates. They want to see assists and goals at this level. Make those plays. Make that next step. Start playing with the first team. Been working through injuries at times this season. He was hurt in the preseason, then he picked up another knock during this year. See if he can have an impact on this one, subbing in the end of the first half as this one skips through. Maciel. This inside. Little tight passes here for Revs too. Monis trying to cross it over, get to its intended target. We've hit the 3 minutes that were tacked on. Of course, like I mentioned, the ref may let things play on a little bit longer. DRB sends it inside, just over the head of Patrick Leal. That challenge causing some pain for Ultra Escobar. And once again, it's going to have to be looked at. Another player down for Revs too. That's the one other objective in this game now. Coming back from a 5-0 deficit, it's a tall order. The other objective is to make sure you don't make any decisions that put you in a spot where you could get hurt. You don't want to come out of this game with less players. You never want that to be the case, but it's especially important when you're in a game where it's gotten away from you. Do a little bit more to preserve yourself. Now, I'm not saying this is a situation, this one in particular, where Escobar was reckless by any means, but just in general, it should be one of the motives in this game moving forward for both sides. There is your whistle for halftime. Our score at the half. If you've been watching, you can believe it, but if you just turn it on, it may seem stunning. 5-0 in favor of Crown Legacy on the road. We're gonna step aside for a quick break. When we come back, Michelle is gonna take us to Arlington, Texas. We'll see you then.
Messi! Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Huerta al frente. Servicio. El tiro. It's saved by Carlos Corner. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área le pega. Golazo. Parte externa, va a definir un Chicho.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete,
Welcome back here to Southern New Hampshire University. 5-0 your scoreline between Crown Legacy and Revs 2. Our halftime segment this week is a recent conversation Michelle Montaigne had with North Texas manager John Gall.
What's up, guys? We are sitting down today in North Texas with the John Gall. John, thank you so much for the time.
You bet. Nice to be here.
Obviously, an excellent start to the season for your guys. What do you think has been the key to this really great start, through halfway through June?
Well, you have to attribute a lot to it to the players. We have a great group of guys, a lot of talent. Our job as a coaching staff is to just create this environment. We've created a great culture. I've been around the club for a long, long time, and I think I know what's expected and what the standards are, and we've been able to do that with the players, and they've just bought in right away, and it's been a fun ride so far, so we got to keep it going.
Talking to some of them, they described it as like a legitimate family feel. How do you create that?
I think getting to know people really well on a different level than just playing football. I mean, off the field, we spend a lot of time together. We get to know the players. We know a little bit about their families, their background, their interests, and things like that. And they kind of feel this sense of, there's a belief in them that, we want them to be successful. But I think the most important thing for me, all over the years that I've been coaching, you develop this relationship with people and they'll run through a brick wall for you, though. So I really feel that's been a big factor for our success. But again, you can't take away from, there's a lot of quality and talent within our program and within the FC Dallas family. And it's been a pleasure working with them, and we've got to keep pushing forward. So.
Well, they've run through some defensive walls for you
Sure,
so far
yeah,
this season. Yeah. And Coach, for you specifically, I mean, this whole entire league is about the pathway to pro. You are now a living example of that, going from the academy to MLS Next Pro level, now getting your chance with the first team. We kind of talked about how you preach that message to the guys, but how does it feel to actually live it yourself?
Well, it's still pretty new. I mean, I got the news essentially after the game on Sunday night in Minnesota. We had just got a great result there against a really difficult team, and it's a bit of a bittersweet moment for me, because obviously I feel that we've worked really, really hard to get where we're at with the second team. But one of the things we've talked about consistently with the players is next man up, and it's the next guy to step up and take care of business. And it's really surreal a little bit right now. But again, like you said, it's a message we've been preaching, hammering home with the players. We have a slogan in the locker room where basically it says, we want to get you from this locker room to the next locker room, which is from North Texas to FC Dallas. And this is the essence of our club, and this is what we're all about. And I'm really privileged and happy to be an example for the players that if you do work hard and if you do have the right mentality, that you can put yourself in good spots. So really happy at the moment. You're playing for the second team. Everybody wants to be with the first team, but it's a message that if you don't take care of business when you're with the second team, that there's not going to be an opportunity with the first team. So I feel really privileged that I was able to do a great job with the group and the team. I came in as an assistant coach at the beginning of last season. I was promoted to interim head coach the last 9 games last year, which was a little bit of a pressure cauldron, knowing that we had to try and change the team a little bit. But I knew I had the support of the club. We were able to kind of change things around a little bit, and obviously we made some changes in the off-season. We brought some players in. Nico Gordon has done an incredible job, came in from Birmingham City. Pedrinho coming in from Brazil. Incredible talent. Abdul Zane came in from DC, and it's just been a pleasure to work with those guys. And then you have the likes of Tariq Scott, who came back from ACL surgery. Michael Collodi, who is a former FC Dallas Academy kid, Malik Henry Scott, former FC Dallas Academy kid. Those guys that come back, and we have some young guys, Leo Orejarena, Isaiah Kakush, all these guys, young guys that are all part of the group. Diego Garcia is a shining example of a guy who is coming through the pathway. So it's an exciting place, it really is. And again, the message has been clear for me. Let's take care of business here, and who knows what's going to happen. But I got the news yesterday that now I know what's going to happen when you take care of business. So really happy. What are you most looking forward to? The next challenge. I've I'm the type of guy, and that, you know, I come from a very humble background, you know, in South Wales, and, you know, we didn't have much growing up, but besides a lot of love from our family and a lot of appreciation for who we are and what we're all about. And you know, challenges are something that I always enjoy, and you know, this is a new challenge. It's a new pressure, it's a new environment, but I certainly feel comfortable and confident that I have the ability to coach at this level and to be at this level and affect the elite players in the league and around the world. We have some of the, you know, the best players, you know, around the world. Jesus Ferreira, top player, Petar Musa, Asier Ilaramendi. I mean, these guys are quality players. Alan Velasco is going to be back pretty soon, so it's just a pleasure to certainly move into this arena and this environment. But I'm certainly not content. I'm going to keep pushing and keep achieving more things as I move forward.
Well, we're super excited to see some of these second-team guys get their call up and see you guys reunited at the first-team level.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the time.
You bet. Pleasure.
We'll be watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Vamos, dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon la mano en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. It's not like this. Cream on cream? The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
Messi! ¡Cuánta la pelota para que llegue!
Contact and a shot goal!
¡Mamita querida, qué golazo! Papite! Magnifique frappe! Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. ¡Gol! Para Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Calendar. Huerta. Aldrete. Servicio. El tiro.
Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área le pega el golazo.
Amor al gol.
Parte externa va a definir Chicho.
Welcome back, everyone, to New Hampshire, where the scoreline is a dominating 5-0 in favor of Crown Legacy FC over New England Revolution 2. Mark Schoenster here. Let's bring you the highlights from this one. It started off quickly. A goal scored by AJ Aaron John 3 minutes into the game after their first trip into the attacking third results in a foul, and then it begins. This ball bouncing out, and Julian Bravo with a fantastic hit on the ball. A clean strike and a 2-0 lead for Crown Legacy. And it wouldn't end there. Similar situation, Romero sends the ball in, and this one's fought for and won by Jelani Forbes. His first professional goal, 3-0 in favor of the visiting side. Then turnover forced, and then turnover punished. Dylan Singh, a beauty of a strike there, hitting the side netting with that one. The Michigan man giving his team absolutely impressive 4-0 lead. And then Singh takes a shot, parried away, but Jelani Forbes follows it through and makes it 5-0. What a first half performance from Crown Legacy, and this would be the one opportunity for Revs 2. A shot saved by Nick Holiday. Alex Monis was the one on the shot. And here are your stats, and there you have it. 9 total shots, 6 of them on target, 5 has hit the back of the net for Crown Legacy. The last time they scored 5 goals in a game was back in September of 2023, where a game where they won 6-3 over Orlando City B. So this isn't the first time they've been in this situation, though. Not sure if it happened this early ever before. They were able to score 4 goals in the first half of that game. So this, their most impressive performance in a first half ever for Crown Legacy. As we prepare to look at the upcoming schedule here in MLS Next Pro. You see what we've got lined up in the middle of the week. Some fun games on Wednesday. Going into the weekend, these two teams play on Sunday of next week. Revs 2 will be going to FC Cincinnati 2. Meanwhile, Crown Legacy will go home to host Chicago Fire 2. But these will be some matchups to satiate your MLS Next Pro wants and needs throughout the week. It's all about the future, where we still got 45 more minutes here in southern New Hampshire. Let's see what comes as the second half. Are we going to see a response from Revs 2? Or maybe we've got more goals in store for Crown Legacy. Maybe the Magic's on one end of the pitch and not the other. And Revs 2 will find some answers here. Still a lot to find out. Waiting for our whistle from our head official, Stephen Foster. For all the go-aheads here, the thumbs up. Make sure all those boxes are checked. The ref now pointing to his 2 assistant officials to make sure that they're on the same page and they're lined up. And now we're good to go. 45 more minutes, Crown Legacy dominating, controlling the first 45. What do we have in store for us here for the second 45 minutes of action? You're watching on YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. Service comes floating in and over top of everybody. No personnel changes between the two sides as we return to the pitch for action. Pressure continuing for Crown Legacy. They've got possession once again. This is a lot of that first half looked. And taking the ball, pushing it forward, waiting for the right avenue to pass, and then pouncing on it. And then if they lost the ball, it was only temporary on most occasions. Corner kick incoming for the visitors. Arthur DeLay kept this one off for an hour. It was supposed to kick off at 6 p.m. Eastern, and instead it was around 7:03 that we got our ball kicked off. 74 degrees after the rain here in New Hampshire. Ball comes curling in, headed outward by Thiago. Mayaka Second service. Tiago once again on the end of it. It took all the effort it could from Demario McIntosh to keep that one from being a corner kick. It will be a throw-in for Crown Legacy. McIntosh, just 16 years old, from California. It's his 11th start and 13th appearance of the season. It's a lot of minutes and a lot of time for a young player, which is always so great to have that opportunity. This will be a free kick for Revs 2. Richie Williams talking about Demario McIntosh, said that he's athletically fast and strong. He's solid on the ball, but can develop there technically in possession. Mentioned that his service out in the wing has been very good, and he should have a couple assists, but some great saves have denied him those numbers on his stat sheet. Not much he can do about that. His knowledge of defensive positioning in the back four is growing. He's got a great attitude about everything. It's just a fantastic opportunity. The more he's in this environment, the more he'll improve. Here's an opportunity inside. Monis steps to his right, and he's ushered out of bounds. Well done by Philip Mayaka. And a dangerous moment. The captain, ever reliable. McIntosh sends this one in. Mayaka gets a piece of that clearance. Monis sends this one in, headed outward. Some promising moments here for Revs 2. Cross comes in, headed upward once again. It's a dangerous cross. Took something from Julian Bravo to make sure it did not reach Alex Monis. And a corner kick now for Revs 2. Hasnawi cutting inside. A hopeful ball. No one in the near vicinity of it, though, for Revs 2.
You didn't see the blue guys? Bro. Oh.
Worth a reminder, this is the first game with Kevin Sawchuk in charge for Crown Legacy FC. It was announced before the last game between Philadelphia Union 2 and Crown Legacy that Jose Tavares and his assistant coach Pedro Mane would be leaving the program. Tavares returning home to Portugal to be closer to family. Once again work in the FC Porto Academy, which means Kevin Sawchuk, assistant coach, stepping up to the plate. Guy who's seen his fair bits of the third division in the American soccer pyramid. There's an opportunity moving forward. Brian Romero, who's trying to get by the keeper. Some time defensive effort.
There we go.
denied a shot on goal there. Monis gets tripped up. Free kick now. Asked Kawasaki how the guys have responded to the head coaching change, and he said it's been a good response. They've had some good training sessions, and not much has changed. That's the benefit of having a guy like Kevin step in. They keep that continuity. It's not that they don't miss those two that have left the program, but it's not starting from scratch. The principles remain the same. So I got to learn a whole new system, new tactics. You don't have to learn the names of all the guys on the team. You already know them very well. I know what they're capable of. Their little idiosyncrasies are both in-game and in training. There's McIntosh. Back to his center backs. Eric Klein plays it to the left. DRBN. Maciel. Don't tell me it for his center back, Thiago. Find something here, Revs 2. Monis. The service inside. And it skids off the cleat of Odrago, but Nick Holliday able to clean it up. He'll take his time before distributing it out. Jack Neely, the center back. Not in any rush to bring things forward. Blown by our head official, Stephen Foster. The foul on Romero. It's a free kick for the visitors, and we'll see if this is a warning or a booking. Doesn't look like a card's coming out. Stephen Foster just telling Holger Escobar to dial it down, to be a little bit more careful. This match is brought to you by Gillette Labs with Exfoliating Bar, Gillette's ultimate shaving experience. Appreciate you tuning in here on YouTube in what is a soccer-heavy time of the year. With all these exciting international tournaments between the Euros, now the Copa America is, that's quite the push there from Jack Neely. And it'll be a free kick for Revs 2, and rightfully so. It's a long distance from goal, but if you can get a nice high arcing cross in there, could prove to be dangerous. The go-ahead's been given. Here's the service, not a bad ball, headed upward by Odrago. Clearance is provided. Now McIntosh will reset things for New England. stomped from behind by Philip Mayaka. Let's look better here in the second half for New England Revolution 2. They have more possession. They've been able to hold the ball in the attacking half a lot more often. The opening 10 or so minutes. And here's a lovely ball through. Diarbian threads it inside. Leal taps it back outward. Here's Fry. An apt touch. Escobar. Too much air underneath it. Fry is able to set that one loose, and Escobar couldn't get over top of that shot, which means Nick Holiday didn't have to worry about it. Bravo, one of the goal scorers this evening for Crown Legacy. Some pressure here. That'll result in a free kick, actually. Like the home side had forced a corner kick, but a little too much physicality. A lot of surplus of soccer as of right now with the Euros, the Copa America. The MLS, of course, still in full swing. MLS Next Pro not letting up as well. Obviously, the MLS Next Cup wrapping up today. The different age groups, including Charlotte U17s, who are waiting for their game to kick off due to some weather delays as well in Nashville. Malcolm Fry. Good step there. Fry squaring ball, and once again it's Philip Mayaka who stands in the way of it. Corner kick for New England. They've been pushing. Can they reward themselves with a goal here? Ball comes in, headed away. Not entirely out though. Diarbian makes a move. Tries to split defenders. It's into the arms of Nick Holiday. Ball played forward for Romero. Gonna get our first substitution of the evening for the visiting side. Brian Romero's night is concluded. And Jonathan Nianjo will step in, the 21-year-old. Charlotte native, subbing on.
Charlotte substitution, number 97.
Romero had himself a busy day. Provided a lot of services. He won't get assists for due to deflections or steps and touches after his cross, but he facilitated quite a few of those goals in the first half of action. He'll have a lot to be proud of throughout his 60 minutes of play. Speaking of assists, only 2 of the goals with recorded assists out of the 5. As Crown Legacy are on the push once again. Singh working inside. It's deflected upward and into the arms of J.D. Gunn. He quickly distributes. And New England will push onward. And 5 goals, just 2 of them with assists attached to them. And both of them by goal scorers. Aaron John with a goal and an assist. And Jelani Forbes, who before this game had 1 professional assist and 0 professional goals, has had an assist and 2 goals in this game. From Claremont, Florida, spent 4 years at Wake Forest, where he collected an All-ACC second team and an All-ACC third team accolade during his time as a Demon Deacon. Corner kick incoming for Revs 2. Short service inside by Monis, and he scores it. One back for New England Revolution 2. Alex Monis flicks it on. Service from Patrick Leal. Will squared up. No one to contest it with him. It's his 4th goal of the year. And Patrick Leal collects his 2nd assist. It's a half that's been majorly favored by New England Revolution 2. And now they've got a goal to show for it.
Revolution goal scored by number 14, Alex Monis.
So, coming out of this game, whether New England Revolution 2 make a miraculous comeback or not, there's something that they can hang their hat on, and that's their persistence here in the second half to keep on fighting. It'd be very easy to just hang up the cleats and say, just wasn't our day. But here they are. That one's deflected out poorly for a corner kick. Cross comes inside, headed outward by Tiago once again. Mayaka brings it back to the corner kick taker. This one knocked up into the air, and Dylan Sink still pushing at it. And it trickles in, but they're going to call interference. Won't count as a goal. Nearly a 6th for Crown Legacy. The referee blows it dead. Coming off the arm of a player, I believe is the official decision. Escobar winding around. Olger Escobar takes a bouncing shot. And he had Nick Holiday diving the wrong direction, but it's just wide. Two substitutions incoming. First off, Joshua Boma coming on for Gavork Diarbian. And then making his professional debut, Joshua Partal, 17 years old, coming into the match for Escobar.
Number 16, Joshua Boma.
Partal from Bangor, Maine, has had himself quite the productive year with the U17 team. And a goal, 2 assists to his name, earning him the opportunity to get on the bench here tonight, and now making his professional debut. There he is, marking right now defensively. He gets a touch on that ball to get Patrick Leal running. A lot of physicality there as the ball rolls out of bounds. Ref says fair play, both were being physical. United Healthcare is proud to help the New England Revolution defend the fort. Good second half here for Revs too. Very close to making this 5-2. There's a reason why this game is 5-1, and that's because Crown Legacy has been uber impressive. They're looking to reestablish that here. Forbes. John. Up the middle. And the pressure sustained by Nianjo. Service driven inside. Singh gets a piece of it. And then Tiago with the clearance. Bravo. Takes a step and knocks it back. Switch it over into the right-hand side into the 18. Touch from Cameron Duke. It's knocked away. Service comes inside and claimed by John David Gunn. The cross searching for Singh. As far as these international competitions are concerned, the Euros have been on the screens, in the club, in the changing room, in meeting spaces around the New England Revolution facilities. This ball driven in. And then a goal kick is won for the visitors. Games are consistently on all around. Guys have been talking about it and expressing lots of interest in the high-level soccer. That's what Richie Williams was telling me about his side of things when it comes to primarily the Euros. So it's great to see younger guys demonstrate they have a passion for the sport, and by paying all that attention to that high-level soccer, you can learn a lot from it too. We've seen some high-level football be displayed in these tournaments thus far. Ball gets driven inside, and the deflection goes over. That's in dangerous own goal territory there, as it came off of Aaron John. Monis with the service. There's actually Jack Neely who it deflected off of to offer up a correction. See, nice glowing pink sky above as this ball gets served in, headed outward. It's been very similar in the Crown Legacy camp of things as far as the international soccer recently. It's all over the facilities. According to Kevin Sawchuk, got a couple of brackets going, a couple guys having bets with each other. The other day when Serbia was able to score late to equalize in their match, got some of the Serbians in the club to light up. It definitely boosts the mood around training every day. Serbia playing Tuesday, and a big game, of course, now into the final match day of group play in the Euros. Copa America just getting started. The USA getting a victory against Bolivia earlier. Christian Pulisic with a fantastic goal early on in that one. Maybe akin to the fact that we had an early goal in this one. Of course, that one just 2-0, 5-1 here. Maciel to Fry. Nice cut inside, Malcolm Fry hits a body as he shoots. Monis takes one himself, and it glides just off target. This has been an entirely different New England Revolution 2 team that we've seen here in the second half. Look like two different games that have taken place here. I wouldn't say particularly Crown Legacy has played poor here in the second half of action. That's been a lot better from the home side. Malcolm Fry. Putting it forward. Now McIntosh. Just 16 years old, Monis. It goes back up top to Partal. And that one will curl around and out. Another substitution, or a pair of them, incoming. This time for the visiting side. Josue and Filip Mirkovic post-subbing into the game. It'll be Forbes, whose night will conclude with 2 goals and an assist, along with Aaron John, a goal and an assist.
Charlotte substitution, number 71.
Officially,
Josue
it's Filip Mirkovic for Aaron John
86,
and Josue for Jelani Forbes. A lot of those goal production from the first half. Stepping out now, Jelani Forbes. One heck of a performance. At this point, you could say it's a performance of his career. Now we're getting stopped dead in its tracks. Well, the only goal scored here in the second half by Alex Monis, one of 2 players returning from international duty for Richie Williams. It was him and Olger Escobar. Monis representing the Philippines, meanwhile Escobar for Guatemala. And that was with the senior teams, not with the U19s, U18s. We're an age-specific national team. The senior team, as Monis is here now on it. Good step, takes the service inside. Here's a wind-up shot. And Partal, in his pro debut, couldn't quite get under, or quite over top of it. Olger Escobar even featured for Guatemala during the break. A great experience for him. It's a great experience for both of them. Escobar also got to sit on the bench and watch as Argentina's Lionel Messi played against his side. So it's only going to help them improve to travel, to train with those guys. It's great for them. And also it's great for the organization when you've got players. You always think about it as players representing their national team when they go and play, but also when you go and play for the national team, you're representing the club that you play for usually. And now we're going to get a substitution. It's the return of Marcos Diaz, who's been out injured. All-time leading goal scorer in New England Revolution 2 history is out on the pitch for Patrick Leal. Not healthy enough to go and start. They were hoping to get him into this game. We're now starting to get to that portion of the game where exhaustion can affect decision making. Both coaches mentioned staying consistent throughout the match. Here's an opportunity. Fry.
I'm on a clear ND.
Subbed in the first half. Malcolm Fry! Saved by Holiday. He picked the far corner.
I don't think we really want to do that. I'm at the end. I'm a clear filter. I'm at the end of my game. I'm at the end of my Yes. Yes.
We're gonna get a yellow card on the professional foul. Our first booking of the evening. It'll be the 5th yellow card of the season for Maciel. Kevin Sawchuk mentioned, as far as focus is concerned, he's looking to get his guys more in tune to the game model and to stay locked in for 90 whole minutes.
I will get
One of the things they're working on right now.
shutter boy. I don't know what we want. Probably don't want to do that in this game.
A breakaway opportunity to get into the jersey tug. And a goal kick is awarded to the home side. So if you're tuning in late, you haven't been able to catch any of the goals. It was a 5-goal explosion from Crown Legacy in the first half. Just dazzling as they peppered this defense of New England Revs 2 to go out to an authoritative 5-1 lead, or 5-0 lead, excuse me. Then coming into the second half, Revs 2 changed their tune a little bit. They got a goal back and they've looked much better. But the fact of the matter is that first half, one for the history books for Crown Legacy. Brace from Jelani Forbes, a goal from Aaron John, Julian Bravo with an excellent strike, and Dylan Singh. So getting in on the fly. And here's a slipping ball through. An opportunity on the breakaway, a push from behind. And that could be a straight red. We'll see what the ref decides. And there it is. Denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Jack Neely's been sent off. Just bulldozing into Joshua Bulma. So Neely dismissed. And for the next 10 minutes, it'll be a man advantage for New England Revolution 2. And a free kick chance from a good spot.
I'm gonna have to unplug it here and go manual on the camera. No, right.
Both teams got a red card in the last meeting. They played over 30 minutes of 10-on-10 in that match. Free kick from a similar spot on the right-hand side of this penalty area that started the scoring this evening. Revs 2 somewhat replicate it here. Here's the shot. Oh, it's a great save. Nick Holliday punching it over top. A right-handed save. Hooks it over top the crossbar. Looked like he might have overcommitted. But this one will go through. It's another one back for Revs 2, but a scuffle after the fact. Nick Holliday still on the ground. Stephen Foster trying to cool things down. A clean header and finish from Thiago, who's been good today, provided a lot of clearances and knotted out a lot of crosses and corners for Revs 2. Gets his first goal, just 19 years old. And naturally, as a team trailing, you try to get the ball back quickly to reset things. You have the man advantage. Now some instructions going to be given by the Crown Legacy coaching staff. A tale of two halves here, but one half is much more dominant than the other. That's how we've gotten to this 5-2 scoreline. Both teams getting a chance to grab some water, make some adjustments. Bit of an awkward scenario because it looked like at first New England was ready to get going, and some stopping from Crown Legacy kept play from resuming, and then New England started to get some water, and Crown Legacy realized, oh, all right, well then we're gonna go get some water and we're gonna have a talk with our coaching staff. Talk about a interesting way for this game to turn here in the closing 10 or so minutes. Red card, straight red given to Jack Neely. And a goal not soon after, scored by Thiago. It'll be Crown Legacy, the side leading by 3 goals to kick things off. Will be quickly launched forward. Cartal will play it back to the goal-scoring center back. And now he'll play a ball forward. Falls to Fry, and it's knocked away. Looks like it's out for a corner kick. Couldn't tell from here which end of the flag it came out on. They scored from a corner kick not too long ago. Joshua Palma plays it centrally, finds Maciel, squares it inside. Still room for an attack. How about those touches? Player goes down, and it rolls through! Revs 2 have another! Is there still light at the end of the tunnel? Crown Legacy just couldn't get this one out of there. And Alex Monis picking up a brace. 5 goals on the year for him now.
Revolution goal scored by number 14, Alex Monis.
Revolution 2 turning on the burners and continuing to apply pressure, and they've got another corner kick. This game looks surely under wraps, but now there's this flickering of hope. Maciel inside for Monis, cleared out for another corner kick. I tell you what, every single time they've got the ball, they look prone to score right now. It'll be another corner kick from Boma. He plays it short. Maciel finds the open man. Malcolm Fry takes a shot. Wide of the right post. They're looking for Fry to collect some more goals and assists on the season. And now's the time to do it. Again, this game is 5-3 in favor of the road team, and yet the temperature of this matchup, the energy in the air, would not suggest that right now. See how much time is tacked on by our fourth official. That's the moments of drama outside of the run of play. It could tack on some more minutes. And a foul awarded in favor of the leading side. And now they'll certainly do what they can to run out more of this clock. A game that seemed so easily locked up and finished. Seeds of doubt implanted.
Let's go! Yellow card! There you go!
A yellow card being given to Filip Mirkovic. His fourth yellow card of the season. McIntosh boots this up the field.
Yellow card issued for Charlotte, number 86, Fila.
That's why Crown Legacy will be looking to stall as much time. They don't want to have a careless pass in the back. Loose pass rolls out of play. McIntosh quickly throws it in. Here's Malcolm Fry. Fry into the penalty area. Malcolm Fry swerves to his left. The ball knocked outward. The clearance doesn't get very far as we hit 90 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has
Hardalt will play to the left. It's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time here. Still a lot of time. It's going to need to be a heroic effort from New England Revolution too if they're going to fire back into this game. Maciel. Nice ball forward for Monis, but just too far ahead of him. Nick Holiday gets to it first. Maybe some exhaustion on Monis' part as well. He's been making runs all day. And Holiday going to kill as much time as he can. Matter of fact, he could have just dropped that at his feet. Killed some more time. Holiday will saunter his way up to the ball. McIntosh puts this one up. And two players running, but it was in between the two of them. It's good there from Marcus Diaz. He has it once again. Diaz threads the ball through. That's a wonderful ball, and the keeper denies it. Nick Holiday gets just enough on it. A breakaway chance for Joshua Boma, and Nick Holiday gets his arm on it by his shoulder. It comes down, and then he gets on top of it. We're halfway through the 5 minutes of added time. New England need a goal expeditiously. offside flag goes up. That's another perfect opportunity for Crown Legacy to drain out more of this clock. 2 minutes to go in what has been an abnormal game, to say the least. Lots of scoring, a drastic momentum swing, and it's the visitors' Crown Legacy with a 2-goal lead. Looking to hang on and see this one through. Thiago driving it forward. Here's Diaz. Tried to sneak it to Boma, who made the right counter run. Diaz heads it forward once again. Ball still in the air. Thiago gets a head on it and then blasted away. Dylan Singh doing well to hold things up. And that might do the trick here. Thiago does well there with his physicality. Quickly thrown in, Monis. That one gets chested out for a corner kick. They gotta take it rapid fast. Rapid quick. Joshua Boma. Ball comes in. Partal gets a piece of it, and then it's cleared away. And there's your final whistle. A whirlwind of a match results in a 5-3 victory for Crown Legacy. They got the job done in the first half, and boy, wasn't it a first half. New England Revolution 2 with a furious comeback attempt, but it'll fall short. So let's take a look at tonight's man of the match. And it's Jelani Forbes of Crown Legacy FC, fighting to get his first professional goal. And he get another one on top of that, along with an assist as well. Assisting the goal by Julian Bravo earlier in the game. The man of the match is presented by Adidas. Congratulations to Jelani Forbes. Hitting the back of the net for the first time in his career, and then following it up with the second one. With that in mind, your final score here, Crown Legacy 5, New England 3 in Southern New Hampshire. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Mark Schoenster. Once again, our final score, 5-3 in favor of Crown Legacy FC. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Hope you all have a good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.